Welcome back. In sports, the 2016 Oil Search Daffodil Golf Day charity event yesterday raised more than 91,000 kina. About 26 teams participated in the event. The golf event included collection of fees and auctions of the PNG LNG Kumuls and SP Hunters signed jerseys. Paul Tomic Jr. reports.
It was a successful event staged here at the Royal Port Moresby Golf Course. About 26 teams participated in this Oil Search Daffodil Golf event, which ended last Friday. During the presentation, the Naga team was the Quilla Insurance, led by Douglas Niningi and Jesse Gedisa. Most of the corporate teams did so well, despite their scores which saw them winning great prizes. Pacific MMI's Wayne Dogan won the bid of the two auction items, the PNG LNG Kumuls jersey and the SP Hunters jersey.
Yeah, we're really excited and pleased about the turnout today. We had a total of 26 teams participating, which is down from the number of teams that have been participating in previous years. But we're really happy that we've raised a good amount of money.
Top prizes winners who walked off with the Daffodil Cup and 4 Samsung Galaxy S7 mobile phones were Vincent Merupasi, Jacob Due, Moses Temai, and a young female golfer. This was their 4th consecutive win.
Merupasi Lions is a team that started with us right from the first event when we launched the Oil Search Daffodil Corporate Golf Challenge 14 years ago, and they're a team that participates every year. And this year, their win is also the 4th of the 14 years that we've had this competition.
There's a lot of tournaments that I played every year, quite a number of trade days, but the Daffodil Cancer Relief Tournament is always our favorite, one of our favorites, together with the City Mission Tournament.
The funds raised from this event will go towards the Port Moresby General Hospital Cancer Foundation. The next leg of the Oil Search Daffodil Golf event will be held in Lae on Friday this week. The event is supported by Mapai Transport. Paul Tomic Jr., NBC National Sports, Port Moresby.
The SP PNG Hunters went down in their round 23 match against Townsville Blackhawks last weekend. The Blackhawks won by 4 points, 24-20, at the Jack Mansky Oval in Townsville. The match also saw Hunters' dynamic centre, Thompson Tete, receiving injuries during the game. Paul Tomic Jr. with this report.
Injuries in most sporting teams, especially team game, seen most players taking an early season off. As seen with the SP Hunters dynamic centre, Thompson Tete's season is over from the weekend's round 23 clash against the Townsville Blackhawks in Townsville. Coach Michael Marum said despite some calls not going their way, as his concern now is one of his key players who is out for the remaining 2 games and the finals.
Our player, Thompson Tete, who is still recovering from his injury in Australia, so he is expected to be back here on Wednesday. So yeah, really sad.
When asked about Thompson Tete, who is not playing this weekend and next weekend after he sustained a knee injury after collecting a knee from Blackhawks halfback Michael Parker-Wells in a tackle.
I just got a knock from the Townsville Blackhawks halfback on his groin, so, and then he felt it and then played with it. And then after the match, he went straight and saw the doctor, and then that's where we asked him to the...
He said they will have to wait for the report from the doctors in Townsville, but he cannot see him coming back to play, and so there's nothing much they can have him playing in 2 weeks' time. Marum said Tete will also be seeing the specialist doctors back here in Port Moresby as well.
We will have to wait for final report from the doctors in Townsville, and also he'll have to come back and see specialist doctors up here too. So, but I can't see him play for another 2 weeks. It is end of the season now. So, if he's lucky enough, he can play. But now it's being ruled out for the season at this stage.
Thompson Tete's replacement is still in doubt, as coach Michael Marum is looking at captain Noel Zemming, but he has got flu and have yet to be cleared by doctors in Brisbane, and his other option is Tagro Thamian, but likely of Adex Wera to be in the centres. Marum said Tete felt the injury but played on in the remaining second half till he completed the match and was rushed to the Townsville hospital and underwent emergency surgery. Tete is left behind in Townsville with SP Hunters assistant coach Nigel Hukula, and both will come up to Cairns, then fly out into Port Moresby by Wednesday this week. Paul Taumick Jr., NBC National Sports, Port Moresby.
Rigo Central Inland held its netball grand finals over the weekend. The grand final was played on Saturday in wet and slippery conditions. It was played between Kore Kekemo and Kwaipo villages. Paul Taumick Jr. with this report.
Rigo Central Netball has produced many more talents in netball. These included their juniors who recently took part in the National Junior Netball Championship in Port Moresby. The earlier netball games played in the semi-finals in a dull weather did not kept away children and parents and their cheering girls as part of the Segi Netball Finals in the Rigo Central along the Aroma Coast Road. Their styles of netball were so pleasing as untapped, talented netballers. This was shown in a grand final play between Kore Kekemo and Kwaipo team. The Kwaipo team, led by mostly young netballers, tried to catch up with Kore Kekemo, but the Kore Kekemo, with the strong combination of experienced players, took a comfortable lead. Kore, who kept the pressure away from the Kwaipo team, maintained the lead until they sealed the grand final win as their first ever title. The presentation saw the winning team receive their awards from major sponsor Kila Liana. The netball presentation followed the men's soccer presentation in the evening. Major sponsor of the netball, Kila Liana, said a lot more talents in netball are in Rigo Central.
I think Ward 7 Yaunai, we have some really good netball players, and that was witnessed today. And I hope that in the coming times, Itana Netball, I hope that they will recognize that and take you to, maybe push you to another level.
Paul Taumick Jr., NBC National Sports, Port Moresby.
The Segi Soccer Association in the Rigo Central along Aroma Coast came alive with its season's grand final despite a heavy downpour. Paul Taumick Jr., who covered the grand final, files this report.
It's been a long time coming for these soccer players to be recognized in their sport of football or soccer. To them, it was an eventful season. The semi-finals took place under dull weather. Despite these, many people turned up to witness the semi-finals. Vielo played in their first semi-finals and took an early lead 1-0 at half-time. They then came back with their second goal to seal the match 2-0 against Gani Marupu. The second semi-final was also played in wet and slippery conditions. Kore came out winners 4-2 to Kwavina 2 Kore came out winners 4 to Kwavina 2 The grand final was between Kore and Vielo. Vielo had the upper hand to score early to lead, then reply back with its second goal to lead 2-0. Kore had an opportunity and scored to trail by 1 to Vielo 2 Vielo striker Kilagi Veleko had a hat-trick of goals sealing the match in the second half, but a slow fight back by Kore could not help them. Vielo coming out the 2016 premiers of the Segi Soccer Association, winning Kore 3-2. A 30-man squad was selected for the Segi Soccer Association to take part in the southern leg of the Besta FA Cup in Kaparoko and Papaka this week, starting Wednesday right through to the weekend. Paul Taumick Jr., NBC National Sports, Port Moresby.
And that will do it for sports for tonight. Jerry, it's back to you.
Thank you, Douglas. Stay with us. We'll return after the break with the finance news.